have officially put in about 400 hours of playtime into Delta Force, and I wanted to share my honest thoughts of the game. The good, the bad, the everything. Before I get started, I want to tell you guys, Delta Force has not paid me a single dollar for anything I've done for this game. It's just something I've enjoyed. It's been nice playing something fresh. So if you're a dev watching this, great job. And if you guys want to hook me up with a real life Mando brick, that would be sick. So I'm going to start with the good. The good with Delta Force, it plays super well. The game is super optimized. It's much more optimized than any game I've played in a very long time. And to give you guys a little history, I played DMZ for about 2.5 years. And I mean, a lot of games are more optimized than COD, but I was very surprised when I played the alpha of this, and it felt like a polished AAA game. I couldn't be more impressed. Now, let's talk about the monetization a little bit. So, Delta Force is a free-to-play game. So, a lot of people were worried about how they were going to monetize their game. So that, obviously, the devs need to make money so they can continue developing the game. Now, in Delta Force, you don't have to spend $1. There is hundreds of free skins you can get without ever spending anything, I think. I'm still diving deep into it, but there's a lot you can do for free. And on top of that, the skins don't change anything. There's no pay to win. There's no nothing. And on top of that, I'm not sure, I haven't confirmed it yet, but I don't think that cosmetic items are seen by enemies, only by your squad. So basically, if you have a skin on your gun or your operator, your squad's the only one that's going to see it. The other people are not, you're going to look like a default to them. I'm not sure if that's 100% correct. I've been seeing that go around. I personally haven't noticed any skins out there, but it's still early to tell. So that's kind of cool. There's no way if someone gets a skin that's dark and goes into a dark area, it won't even matter. They're going to look default to you. So that's cool. But I do want to say hats off. The battle pass, the premium battle pass being $10, and then you can get the basic one for $5. And everything you get in this battle pass for that little amount of money compared to a $30 battle pass or a $20 battle pass, like, Delta Force is doing a lot of things right. Now, don't get me wrong. If you want to spend money, Delta Force has many ways you can spend money in the game, which is good. And I applaud this because I would like to see the game thrive. And in a free-to-play scenario, they need a way to make money. But the skins look great. They're following the military style of Delta Force. I have been impressed. I think I've bought all the skins so far. I'm still trying to get Spectrum Blitz, but they are doing great. Now, as I said before, I came from DMZ. DMZ is like at first I thought it was a casual extraction shooter, but as I play more extraction shooters, I dipped into Tarkov and I dipped into other ones. I realized the DMZ is more or less just a slower paced war zone. It doesn't actually hold many extraction game features, which at the time I didn't really understand or realize until I really dove into one. And Delta Force is about as casual / hardcore as you could get in extraction shooters. I think this game's going to be a great introduction into the game. I've been trying to do all the missions I can, and I've got more on the missions down the line as well. And the gunplay, like the movement, everything feels good. But it can't all be rainbows and sunshine, right? I'm going to tell you guys the honest truth of the things I don't like about Delta Force as well. And we're going to start with number 1, TTK. Now, I don't actually think there's a problem with the TTK. I think what needs to be adjusted. So in Delta Force currently, if you get shot in the skin, it bypasses your armor. So basically, if someone lands 1 or 2 shots in your legs or your arms, you're dead. It bypasses the armor completely. And I think that's where a lot of people are complaining about fast TTK in this game, is because of that. Now, I think personally, and hopefully this is something that could be considered, is the armor, your chest armor, should cover your arms and legs. Obviously invisible, like, you know what I mean. So that way, if someone shoots you in the leg or the toe or the arms, it takes away and hits your armor on your chest, on your, your chest vest. So I think that would actually fix the majority of everyone complaining about the TTK. Because I think the TTK is fine when you're getting shot in the armor or the helmet. It's fine. But I think a lot of people are getting shot in the legs or the arms, and it's causing for this sub 200 millisecond TTK because it's literally 3 bullets and you're done. Feels like you've been one tapped. I think that's one thing that should be addressed, because there's many times and people are just going to start aiming at the legs or the arms, and then it just feels like there's no reason for armor. I don't know. I mean, maybe Delta Force can comment down below and tell me the thought process behind this, but I think a lot of people are upset with how fast the TTK is in certain situations. And don't get me wrong, because I know there's going to be some of you that jump in the comment section and attack me. I think the TTK is fine when you're getting shot in the armor. That's fine. 300, 400, 500 millisecond TTK, that's cool with me. But getting tapped instantly because someone shot you in the arm or leg, I think that's a little bit much. Another thing I want to bring up, and I haven't exactly gotten far, are the missions. The missions seem very repetitive in the sense that they're a lot of the same thing. Now, DMZ did the same thing, and I understand that you can't get too far, like too deep into it, but I'm hoping that down the line, the missions get a little bit more grindy. Instead of just going in and doing something or doing whatever, going from map to map to map to map, or you know what I mean, making it more difficult. As I said, I'm not far enough yet, but Delta Force has already promised there's going to be no progress wipes, no resets, everything stays from now on, and that they're going to add new missions every season. So I hope a lot of thought is going into these missions to make some of them feel like very difficult. And I'm not talking about collecting rare items. I'm talking about like real rare missions that are kind of hard to do because you got to worry about players and AI and all that stuff. This one is probably one of the most important ones for me. Now, I know we were supposed to have it with the launch of the open beta, but we don't. And it's a solo mode. We need a dedicated mode for solos. Not one that's just available on the weekends, one that's available all the time. Or even a mode that's solo duo, where it could spawn in if there's not enough solos queuing, it could spawn in with a duo queue. I just want the opportunity to go in as a solo and feel like I have a chance. With the abilities and everything like that, it's really hard for a person, unless you go in on easy, for them to go in solo and take down a 1v3 team. So that's very difficult. And for my last complaint, or just advice in general, I almost wonder, and I'd love to know your thoughts as well if you're watching, what about locking it so only one person can play one character? I think that getting spammed with 3 arrows or 3 flashes or 6 grenades is kind of crazy, personally. And I wonder if we can lock it so only one person can play that character, so we don't have 3 of the same character just running around at the same time. I've already noticed a big problem, especially with the flashes, where I was sitting around a corner and then these 3 guys ran up on me and flashed me 3 times in a row. I was blinder than Helen Keller in the dark. I don't know if that's necessarily something that needs to happen, but it's just something I noticed. And if you guys have thoughts about this, drop a comment down below. I'm sure someone at Delta Force is going to see this video, and I'm sure they're going to read the comments. Outside of that stuff, I just wanted to lay out what I thought about the game. And in all honesty, I think that the game is fantastic. I wake up excited to play it. I haven't had a game that I've been excited to play for quite some time. It's grindy. It's extraction. I mean, and I don't know if I'm alone, but I think extraction shooters are the next wave. I think battle royales have been overplayed and overdone. And as we see things besides Fortnite that's absolutely flourishing, other battle royales, Call of Duty, that just can't cut it anymore. And I think the COD really threw something special away with DMZ, because DMZ could have been amazing. However, I cannot wait to play. And I think Delta Force is great. And I think over time, they're going to make the game great. Sure, there's a lot of little things that need to be fixed. But as far as a playable game is right now, it's pretty good. And hats off to the devs at Delta Force for listening to the community, trying to make changes that just make sense, and helping resolve issues, having a good anti-cheat. It's good. And like I said, I'm not paid. I say good things about good things, and I say bad things about bad things. If you're still watching this far, make sure you drop a like on this video for me. Hit that subscribe button for more Delta Force content, and drop a follow on my Twitch if you want to see the live streams. Thanks for watching.